Welcome back. This is Aired Out Chicago. We missed you. Did you miss us? Today is the last day of Women's International Month, History Month. I need to correct myself, History Month. We have 4 all-star ladies on the panel this evening to give us their take on love, faith, relationship, business, and entrepreneurship. Let's go to my left, Miss Tiffany Lynn. Introduce yourself, Tiff.
Hello, as you said, my name is Tiffany Lynn. I'm a former reality personality. I also own Thick Pen Family Auto Services, Elevated Designs, Chicago, and I'm also on the advisory board for the House of Mommies.
Thanks so much, Tiff. Next up is Miss Cierra Thurman. C, tell us what's going on.
How you guys doing? My name is Cierra Thurman. I'm your favorite real estate agent, here to help you build a legacy that moves you. I'm a real estate agent and a real estate entrepreneur / investor.
Thanks, C. Now, next we're going to Miss Denise D.
Hi everybody, I'm Denise Dawidowski and I am the founder and owner of Courgine Hair Care product line.
Thanks so much. Last but not least, my illustrious, beautiful wife, Miss Tidora. Introduce yourself and tell us who you are, what you do, and let's get the show on the road.
Hi, I'm Tidora Brown Scott. I am a woman in construction. Not only that, I also do Tidora Brown Enterprise, where I believe that I can create staffing for women that has been convicted.
Thanks so much. So we got 4 strong ladies up here that's in their own lane. Nobody's hating on each other. They're doing their own thing. We got 1 developer up here. We have another real estate broker. And the other 2 ladies, they doing their thing. Like I said, we finna get into it. Ladies, y'all ready?
Of course.
Let me see, which way shall I go? And for those of you that's at home, please chime in and send me your questions to ask these ladies live on the air, because y'all don't know which way we're going with this and how we're ready to do it. So, ladies, I'm gonna throw this out in the air. This is my first question, and it's about money, okay? So, all you ladies in relationships? Married?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got yes
Committed
and no.
relationship.
Committed, okay. What's the difference between committed relationship and a relationship? Because you just threw something out there.
Well, I would definitely say the difference is being exclusive. So a committed relationship, I'm exclusively dating my significant other. I'm not dating this one and that one, this one on Friday, that one on Saturday. Taking turns, we both are in alignment, we have the same goals, we're moving forward.
Okay, so since you said that, we're gonna give you the first question. So the first question to you, Miss Sierra, what if you make more money than him?
That's actually a really good question. I don't think that would be a problem if I made more money than my significant other.
Okay, let me rephrase it. You make more money than him, so who's paying the bills? Who's buying the meals? Who's paying for the show? Who's paying for the tickets at the skating rink?
Okay,
Well, I'm sorry. Can I chime in just for a second?
In.
So I heard you say you don't think that there will be an issue. You have to be really strong-willed in the Lord to know that would not be an issue if you're making more money than your significant other. And I say that because if you're building a strong foundation, I know it shouldn't matter, but the enemy comes in to destroy. So the first thing that they're going to do is run after that your significant other's mind on, well, you know, she's making more money than you, you know, she's making more money than you. If you don't have the word of God in your life, then that would definitely be an issue. And even if you didn't, because there's a lot of people out there don't believe in God, they believe in the universe, and I'm not knocking that, but it causes confusion in relationships. You have to come to like you said, a committed relationship, you're committed. You have to come to a committed or a commitment on how you guys are going to go forth if the person is making more money than them. And not to keep talking, but if I was making more money than my spouse, I would bring it to where as though we'll be making the money together, which is pretty much something that my husband and I did do.
Praise God, praise God. Go on, Tiff, I cut you off. Go on, talk.
Sorry, and that's what me and my husband do as well. We are actually partners in our business, so there is no one person making more than the other. Yes, though, my husband is the one working on the cars.
Okay.
You know, however, in business, like one's not making more than the other because it is our business, so.
Okay, cool. So like you just said, Tidora, you gotta have God first. So just this week, what did Denzel Washington say? When you at the top of your game, the devil come for you. So he definitely said that. So Ladies, is that all true in all you ladies' lives?
Definitely, which brings us to the slap with Will Smith. You know, I just believe there's a time and a place for everything, and I know a lot of people are saying that Jada Pinkett Smith was like put him in a situation. First of all, Will Smith has his own mind. He is the person. He's the head of their household. So at that time, just if he believed that was supposed to happen, he will have to deal with the consequences later. Not saying that violence is okay or anything to that subject. However, you know, getting back to what Chris said, when the devil comes in, he sneaks up on you and catches you off guard. You get blindsided. You're like blocked out. You don't even know what's going on. But he still have to suffer the consequences because he chose to be in the limelight. He chose to be who he is. You know, no one pressured him to do that or whatever the case may be. So I'm guessing that, you know.
Okay, that's cool. We'll take that. Miss Denise, I want you to chime in on that, but not so much on them, but I'm saying when you at the top. You at the top, because I'm sure you got some distractions, daily distractions. We all got those. So walk the walk, talk the talk.
So I just want to say just a little bit about that. I think that Will Smith is dealing with his own battle, and that's one of the reasons why he reacted the way he did. Verbal abuse and physical abuse are pretty much in the same. That's why we had that saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, because words do hurt. And so when we know that we are at the top, the devil does come, and he likes to sneak. He's a sneaky devil. I always say that. He sneaks around the back door, through the window, and so he attacks not just you, but he attacks your husband, he attacks your children, so that he can start stirring up some things and causing confusion. Right. And that's why, as a married couple or as a couple period, you have to stay in prayer. You have to continue to talk to God and put God first and let him lead you, because the devil is sneaky.
I absolutely agree with
Okay, cool. I like that. Remember, listen, send in those questions so I can ask these ladies right now. Again, it's Women's International Month. Today is the last day. Ladies, I want to hear from you guys. I want to ask these ladies other questions. Now, let's jump back in. So, Miss Tidora, what projects are you working on right now? And then from you, I want all the ladies to go down the line. Tidora, Denise D, Miss Sierra, then Tiff. So, 30 seconds.
Okay, well, right now I'm working on building affordable homes for people of minority culture. Right now, we have built over 14 homes in about a year. Okay. And one of our main things is to make sure that we are building a community so people will not lose their homes. We don't want to put people in debt before they even you're going to put me in debt before I even get in debt.
Question.
So,
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Not to cut you off. How does a person get in debt before they get in debt?
Taking on too much they can handle. That's number one. Okay. So I do turn people away. I have turned people away who they come to me, oh, I can afford this. Let me see your check stubs before I even start with them. Okay, you're not ready, okay? You need a co-signer. You need to bring somebody on board with you. Where's your mom? Who is your significant other? Where's your husband? Because I don't want to put you in a situation where as though you're going to go into foreclosure. We're not trying to buy back the house. We don't want it. The bank don't want it either. So we want to make sure that you're at a comfortable staying where as though you're able to pay your mortgage and you're able to have 3 times your mortgage in the bank or at home, whatever side, whatever it is, to make sure. I was always taught that make sure that you have at least 3 times your rent, mortgage, whatever, put aside, because difficult times do come. So that's cool. What we're doing right now.
Cool. Appreciate that. Miss Denise D.
Oh my goodness. So currently I am mainly focused on my hair care line, which is Korzeń hair. And Korzeń it means roots in Polish. And so if you all don't know, my last name is Dawidowski, and my husband is Polish. So that's what I'm currently focused on. Okay, we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that.
All right, keep going. I cut you off. We're going to come back to that.
That's okay. So
he's Polish?
Yes, he's
Polish.
So
he white?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to come back to that.
I've never met a black Polish.
We got you. Okay. So
I've never met a black Polish until maybe my son.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But that's my main focus. And then, of course, I do something that I don't get paid for, but it's a God-led assignment, and that's actually to get on live and pray for people and send them an inspirational or motivational message. And so I do that every Monday and now Wednesday at 7 a.m. Right from my Facebook page.
Perfect. Is this who was online one day who was out of town?
Yes, it is.
Oh no, you went in. I saw one of your stuff. You was like, leave it alone or something. You was like, change the channel or something. I kept saying it though.
He was consistently.
Yeah, change the channel.
I listened to you.
Okay, Sierra, how does that question play a part of your life?
So right now, I help my clients buy and sell real estate, and I also have a few projects I'm working on myself.
Okay.
Some personal projects where I'm flipping and a couple buying homes.
Okay.
Real estate investment.
Okay, cool. Tiff, tell us.
All right, so we are going to be adding to our auto repair industry, where I'm going to be more hands-on, and I'm going to be wrapping cars. There's not a lot of women in that industry,
So when you say wrap cars, what does that
wrap
mean?
cars. So the vinyl wraps that people put on their cars, like the color change. You can do PPF, which is paint protection film, which is a clear film if you want to preserve your paint on your car.
So like the one like Moneybag just wrapped his Rolls Royce in.
Yes.
So like a matte color.
Yep, matte.
Okay.
The possibilities are endless, yeah.
Shameless plug.
And outside of that, I've also just recently joined the Hustle Mommies Advisory Board. So you guys make sure that you go online and check them out. Ariel is the founder of Hustle Mommies, and she gives back to families that have lost children to gun violence in Chicago. So I've just joined that, and we're going to have a lot of events, a lot of fundraising to do with that as well.
Okay, cool. That's for you. So you the head. So your husband. Okay, he follow you. I got you.
Oh, at the auto place. Oh, I'm the head.
Okay,
at the auto
I
place.
got you.
Yeah,
But for the hustle's mommy, she just low key just put them on.
Right. Yeah. We got it.
She did a small promotion. It's okay.
Okay, cool.
Shameless plug.
Let's do this, ladies. Let's do this. Now, all you ladies are believers in something. Christ, Jesus. What role does faith play? Number one, it's a two-part question. What role, and Sierra, the questions come to you first. What role does faith play in your life and in your relationship?
That's a big one.
Take your time, we here.
I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. That's my Lord and personal Savior. It plays a big role. That actually is a big reason why I'm in the relationship I'm in. My guy, he's a God-fearing man. We pray together. We meditate together. And back to that question, you said the enemy be busy. He does, and that's why you have to have a strong prayer life. So for me, it is extremely important. It's something I practice all the time.
Okay. Tiff.
So I've noticed that my husband wakes up every morning and prays. Every morning. Now, we don't go to church all the time, but we obviously believe in strong faith. I was raised in the church. My grandfather was very big in the church and always had prayers going out to people and sending us cards and whatnot, and he always put something in our head that was always be humble and kind and always look to God, because he is the only one that's going to get you through whatever you're going through. But it's really important to pray as a family. Like I said, I've noticed my husband waking up every morning prays. He prays at dinner, and it just really humbles me that I have a man that does that. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Is he praying or is he saying grace?
Oh, he's praying.
Okay.
He's praying. Yeah,
Sure.
I hear it.
I didn't ask that question. Is he praying or is he saying grace? Okay, cool.
I get it, yeah.
I got you. Okay, Denise, how does that affect you and your family and your life?
So when I think of the word faith, I think of faith without works is dead. And I have unshakable faith. And so, my husband, I'm assuming he prays. I ask him, does he pray? But the faith that I have covers my whole household. So whenever he doesn't pray, I'm praying for him, and I'm praying for everybody in the household. That's the type of faith that I have. I know that God can move mountains. He can make some things happen and some doors open that I couldn't even imagine opening for myself. So no matter where I'm at, I just feel like even being here today, this is ordained by God. He wanted us to be here together. And so I'm not going to preach, but I do believe I have a major faith in God. I know he's there. He's always been there. And I want to say that someone confirmed something for me the other day, where I was talking to a guy I went to high school with, and he said, I remember one day we were in front of your house, and they were into it. Kids get into it, and they were into it with my brothers. And he said, and you came out and you told us a scripture. And this was when I was in high school. Right? So
you was on fire back then.
I was on fire back then for the Lord. So
okay.
I've always had that type of faith.
Okay, cool. I like that. So I done seen, like, I'm trying to tell you, I done seen one of your videos, and I'm like, who is that? She going in too hard. Got you. I call her Dow, so that's my wife's name, T-Dora. I call her Dow. Dow, how does this affect your life and our lifestyle in our household?
Okay. So, first of all, faith is something that I grew up on. You know, we was in a church back in the day, a Baptist church, and we were just going to church just to go, myself. But when I was able to choose to go to church on my own, and I understand now that, as Denise said, faith without works is dead. And it is impossible to please him without faith. That's the only way you'll be able to make it. I want to say something for all the women that is out there that's listening. Don't give up on what you want. As I tell a lot of people that write your stuff down, like write it down. When I met my husband, I know that it was ordained, and this is not my first marriage, as people know. I believe that every one of my marriages was ordained, even by the devil, but God had to come in and he had to snap, crackle, and pop. What I'm saying is, I remember in my, I was living in my house and I used to work out in my garage, and I remember saying that if my husband, when I got married again, my husband's going to bring me roses. I'm going to live in a penthouse. I'm going to. And I wrote everything down. And I promise, with Jesus Christ as my witness, that has happened.
Ain't God good?
No, he's excellent. He's
trying to
amazing.
tell you.
What do you mean? He's better than
Get
good.
them flowers. Okay, let's shift the focus. You get them flowers. Let's shift the focus. So
Every week.
Every week they coming in. So let's shift the focus back to entrepreneur. So we hear a lot of people talk about generational wealth, or we're gonna have a conference for millionaires. And my take on that, my partake on that is, if I'm gonna come to your conference, please, and this is just me, just Chris and nobody else, I want to see that bank statement. You talking about you a millionaire, you a multi-millionaire, because a lot of people say that, but you're not living that. So I'm gonna go back to the first part, is the generational wealth. I'm not leaving my kids nothing.
Okay,
because,
wait.
No. Generational wealth is just knowledge. What is your person? You cut me off. So
I know, I wasn't cutting you off.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that generational wealth is knowledge.
Correct.
And no, I'm in agreement with you. You don't supposed to. I'm not leaving my kids anything either. They better learn how to build it. Okay, like I had to build.
And hustle.
And you know, and I don't want to say hustle, because we can take hustle in so many ways. You know, from the street ways or whatever. But they need to learn how to build, create. Okay, you have to learn how to find your purpose. That's what generational wealth is. Allowing your children, so their grandchildren and our grandchildren and grandchildren and grandchildren should be able to, that don't have to go through the struggles that we went through. They don't have to get pregnant at 17. They don't have to have kids. They don't have to be, get on Link or public aid and all these different things. That's what generational wealth is, taking away all of those generational curses from what they have been tradition to me.
Okay,
I just heard Bill Wilson just say that last week.
I have to chime in really quick.
Yeah.
I have to chime in real quick. You all said y'all not leaving y'all kids in nothing?
Nothing.
Y'all want them to start all the way over?
They're not going to start all the way over because they already with me. See, you have to understand, when it comes down to generational wealth, they don't have to start over. They're already with me. Because they're already with me, they're already going to know the game. They're going to know how to get the money. They know how to keep the money, if that's what they're choosing to do. So the only thing I can do for the ones that are not following in our footsteps is to pray for them and to allow God to give them the wisdom and knowledge, what I used to ask for all the time. I don't have to leave my kids anything, because guess what? They gonna have it anyway. She gave a good statement. How many? Just hear me out. You're a broker, correct?
I am.
Okay. How many stories have you heard that parents have left their kids buildings, not just one, multiple buildings? Daddies and mama own all of the south side, and they don't have nothing to show for it. That's generational wealth. They done lost it.
I honestly don't hear that often, because if your child is with you and you are teaching them the game, they're not going to lose it. That's something that I'm not a mother yet. So that's something that I look forward to birthing those babies and teaching them up and raising them right. But I don't want them to have to start over and do it all over again. So maybe I'm misunderstanding what y'all saying. Because for me, that generational wealth building is creating that legacy so they don't have to start over.
But if
so they can continue to build
but if they're with you,
upon what we started. But I'm saying you're laying the foundation, and then they're going to continue to build upon that foundation. And then the kids' and those grandkids and those
But I don't have to leave them anything because
They should
I
already
have
know.
a daughter that's 25 years old. She's with me. She was actually our first client to purchase her new construction 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, upstairs, downstairs, 2-car garage, full new construction home at the age of 24. And that's her with her real estate, starting her own company, okay, for her to leave what she needs to leave for her own child. And next door to her is my son, okay? When I say they're with me, I don't have to leave them anything. They already have it. It's been inherited, just like we are. We're a part of Abraham. So everything that we have is supposed to happen. It's supposed when people always say they don't know what I've been through, it's not none of their business. Just know that I'm gonna see the Abraham. It's gonna happen for me. Even if it's not happening for me right now, it's gonna happen for me. It's going to happen. Just sit back and watch. So regardless of the fact, that's just how I look at generational wealth, because I am a mother of 5. I've had 5 C-sections, 3 different husbands. Okay.
I'm the last.
There you go.
And the last shall be first.
That was my scripture,
You better
though.
believe
I remember being at Bill Winston's church, and I remember them going up there, and I was told my mom they was graduating from college. I said, I'm going to be up there. I didn't know when, but I was like, I'm going to be up there. And as sure as stuff stank, guess what? I was up there. You have to speak things in existence as the word of God says. And I wanted to piggyback on what she was saying about the generational wealth.
Okay.
Everyone have their own, I'm going to say, definition of what they believe generational wealth. You get your definition of it, stand on it, and keep it moving.
Okay, cool. I like that. We got a question, though. We got a question. This came in from Ms. Draytanya Ratcliffe. Okay? So, her question was for Tiff. So, Tiff and Ms. Denise, y'all answer these. Okay, what are the benefits of being an entrepreneur? That's the first one, okay? And how do you juggle everyday life with your family by being a business owner? So who want to answer that first?
I'll go ahead and jump
Okay,
in.
go ahead.
The benefits are like endless. If you do it the right way, set yourself up the right way, you're working on your time. You're not working on somebody else's time. You're not making somebody else rich. You get to kind of do things your own way. So like you see your vision come to life. And then you get to do something that you love, you know. And then how do I juggle it? Yes, I know everybody knows I have 5 kids, 2 stepkids, married and all that. We actually, my younger ones, we bring them to work with us, because that ties into generational wealth. Like, we want them to learn the business.
Look, Chris be out there with us.
Okay, right. Like that. How else are you gonna teach them if you don't teach them? And I do have 2 older ones. One of my sons lives in Texas now, but my older ones obviously play a big part of helping out with the little ones. So I'm very lucky with that. But we juggle it because we're a family, and we have to make it work. So we make it work. Like, it's necessary.
Okay, cool. Ms. Denise.
Okay, so I will say the benefits are pretty much the same thing Tiff said. One thing is you get to be creative, and nobody else can tell you what to do, when to do it, clocking in, clocking out, when to take vacation time. Those are the benefits of it, right? There are many benefits to being an entrepreneur, but then there are some hard things that come along with being an entrepreneur. I want to make that clear because everybody wants to be it, but it's endless hours of work. If you want your business to be successful, there are no days off. So yeah, you get to take vacation when you want to, but guess what? You don't know when you're going to get a vacation because you are literally working on your business to make it successful. And even when it gets to that point, it still becomes, okay, when can I take a vacation? Because I have to do this meeting, I have to go here, I have to go there, in order to keep your business afloat and keep it successful, right? But the way I juggle it, I don't juggle it very well.
So you rushing home cooking?
I didn't say all of that.
All right.
Nobody's rushing home cooking over here. I'm just simply saying there are days where I feel like I can't handle everything, and that is okay, and I have to be okay with that in order not to lose my mind when I am doing what I'm doing as a businesswoman. But it all gets done at one point of time, right? People can tell you, get a calendar, get this, but there are just some things that are gonna come up in your business that you have no control over, and you may spend your whole day working on that one thing, and you had 5 other things to do. You do the very best that you can, you get your rest, and you get up and you start it over, all over again the very next day. The key thing is you want your business to be successful, and you have to learn how to make it successful. And doing so is teaching yourself every step of the way.
I like that
Can
answer.
I jump in
Yeah,
really
jump in.
quick?
Definitely jump in.
So entrepreneurship sounds really sexy, and people think there's so many perks and benefits, and I appreciate you being real about it.
Until you pay them
because-
payroll taxes.
Hello, okay. But I'm an entrepreneur, but I still work my 9 to 5. So for the person that asked that question, I want them to know that it's okay if you still have to work your 9 to 5 and you got your side hustle or you working on your business to work your way up out that 9 to 5. It's completely okay.
And
So that's a different
important.
angle. No. You stay right there, Tiff. That's a different angle for you. So you just came in on the left side. So even though you are entrepreneurs, some entrepreneurs still work a 9 to 5.
Absolutely, that
Okay.
is real. I still work my 9 to 5. Yes, I run my business. I believe in having multiple streams of income.
Perfect.
And that my employer, that's one stream of income.
Okay.
So are you still there because, I'm sorry, just want to ask the question. Are you still there for the benefits, or like, why are you still working the 9 to 5?
I still work the 9 to 5 because I do get good benefits. That insurance is wonderful.
Trying to tell you.
Outside of that, it helps me with that W-2. When it comes to real estate, yes, you can get property as an entrepreneur, but it's much easier to obtain if you have a W-2. And I'm building an empire, and my next purchase is going to be a commercial space. I talked to my financial advisor, and he was like, wait a minute, you might not want to leave that 9 to 5 just yet. So there are benefits to still having a job. Now, don't get me wrong. Your employer determines your salary. They don't determine your income. Like, you can make whatever you want to make, whatever you choose to make. You don't have to have that ceiling. You can still run your business and go much beyond that, but I don't want people to feel like I have to do either or. I'm a firm believer that you can do both.
Let her ride the way,
No,
because
but I
have you ever
wanna
had
say,
a listen?
yes, I did.
Have you ever had a toothache at 2 o'clock in the morning with no insurance, and you wake up and you like, Lord,
Yes,
help
I did. And pregnant. How about that?
Ooh.
How about that? But the reason why I'm saying I disagree with, I always tell people that, multiple streams of income is really good. I'm with that 100%. But I'm a firm believer that if, you have to have a partner. You have to have a team. We talked about this earlier about a team, because something's not going to get your all. That's why I never was in a lot of relationships, right? And I stuck to just give me my one husband, because trying to juggle different men, somebody not going to get their stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody not going to get this of me. I don't have time to be doing this.
So somebody going to be the February 15th date.
Or somebody just ain't
Okay.
gonna get something.
December
I'm just not gonna
26th
give it to
date.
them
Okay,
because
got you.
I just don't want to give it all. So it's like, it's going back to the faith thing, because I was like that too. I worked a 9 to 5 before I opened up. I had a daycare centers and all this different stuff, but I was working too, and I was saying, Lord, I can't keep doing this, because the devil's going to run my mind like crazy, because I'm trying to do this. I want to be this. I want to be that, and I want to be this. But I also, that means I'm not standing on your word. You know what I'm saying? I'm not believing you for what you're telling me that I'm capable of doing.
I will have to disagree, because no matter the amount of financial goals that you have, I don't want to talk about my financial statement, but it's pretty nice. And even with making a certain amount of money, it starts with the M, I still have my 9 to 5.
But I understand it. Only thing I'm saying is money's going to come afloat. We just talk about that. Money's going to come. Everybody, like I just said about generational wealth, everyone has their own opinion. But I just believe that if you're out there and you're trying to work a 9 to 5 and build an empire, something's not going to get your best. You may be at work at your 9 to 5, but you're trying to figure out, I wonder if that listing if they about to send me that offer, So your mind is not where it's supposed to be. I'm not saying this is you. I'm just hypothetically speaking, that your mind is not where it's supposed to be, because now you're thinking about, okay, did that offer go through? Hold on one second. Did the offer go through? Did the offer go through? Did the offer go through? Oh, no. Hi, how are you today? Oh, no, stand back. Don't you move. Do you understand what I'm saying?
If I could chime in, I'll say this. The 9 to 5 is fine until you get to where you want to be over the hump, right? There's nothing wrong with multiple streams of income, but make those multiple streams of income all you. That where you never, I don't want to be controlled any longer by having to clock in and clock out for anyone. When I work 14-hour days, it's all me because that's what I'm willing to do and what I want to do. But having to do it for somebody else and help somebody else build their business and pad their bank account is not the way I ever want to go again. I need to pad my account and create my own generational wealth for my own family. So.
Okay, quick.
And I think it's the way you look at things, because again, your employer is your number one investor. When you're working a 9 to 5, everyone can't just step out there and say, hey, I'm gonna just do it that way.
You gotta have faith.
Can I say something real quick? I just want, I'm trying to be real respectful of everybody, but and this is to like the younger generation that wants to get into entrepreneurship. No offense to anybody, but don't be irresponsible. Do not put all your eggs in one basket and go for it and then go into debt. So I agree with like a little bit of everybody though. I definitely agree with a little bit. Starting out, we were early 20s, and I worked the 9 to 5 while my husband went out and worked in the freezing cold, working under cars in Chicago. We had no shop, no garage. He was just on the street doing it. Now 15 years later, now we have a shop. But everybody has to start somewhere, and a lot of people don't have the resources or the support that everybody else does. So just be very responsible with how you start out. Don't go straight into debt trying to start out. So if you have to work that 9 to 5 to start your business, work the 9 to 5. Don't let nobody tell you that you shouldn't do that. That, don't be embarrassed. But some people live with their parents. Save your money and start the business. I mean, everybody's got a different situation, and you have to figure out what your situation is right for you, and don't be irresponsible about it, because then it'll just trickle down and snowball into something that you cannot get out of.
I couldn't wait to get out of my mama's house. She was charging me rent. So I'm like, what? She was, every time I got paid, she was like, I need $200. I'm like, for what? She was like, if I got to go buy some nail polish or a new wig or something, just give her the money. So I gave her the money. So we're going to go like this. So since it's Women's International History Month, today's the last day. I'm going to ask you ladies, and all you ladies, this question. What would you tell your 10-year-old self of all the game and wisdom that you got now? Like when you're 10 years old, because I want you to stress that to the young viewers that's out there, because this is going to be showed in the different classrooms. So we want the young ladies to see, that where they're trying to go at in life, you ladies have already been there. So somebody chime in and start.
You need to listen to your parents.
Tell them that. I'm over here.
10 years, if you're 10 years old, you need to be obedient and listen to your parents, because at 10 years old, I was in 5th grade. And I listened to them, but I didn't listen to them. I listened to them, but I didn't hear them. And peer pressure is a lot. I was one of the ones that was, had the stuff going on. My mom and father was married for 40-some years, and we had a 2-family household. But what was crazy is I wanted to be with the people who had the single mamas. How foolish. But the Bible says it. It was like, so guess what? I did. And, I know that the outcome, like I say, God, he be in everything. That's all I can say. And thank God for my praying mama, grandmama, daddy, all them people. But I would tell the 10-year-old women or ladies, young ladies that's listening and watching, or the parents will let them see, is to please be respectful of your parents. Listen to them. We don't always have to open up our mouths. That's one of our issues, especially in our culture. We like to talk a lot. We don't like to listen, and we think we know everything. And at 10 years of age, you think you know it, especially nowadays. This generation now, y'all think y'all know everything. Listen. You have to be able to listen. That's what I would say.
Okay. Next.
I would tell my 10-year-old self that the friends you lose at 10 years old won't even matter, because the friends that you'll gain later in life will be a lot better.
Yeah, I just told my son Caleb that. Not to cut you off, I just told him, I said, the people you graduate with in high school, you never gonna see them ever again.
Yeah.
You going to school to be an orthodontist. You get what I'm saying? Somebody trying to be a rapper. somebody trying to, you know, I'm just saying that's real stuff. I'm like, you don't even have to talk to them. Once you get that diploma, go across the stage, you're not even talking to them teachers no more. You don't need no guy. I'm here. So the mistakes I've made, I'm finna show you not to make them, but you can keep
Right.
going.
So, you know, and that's somewhat very true. Sometimes you'll meet those people again, but I lost friends at 10. And I thought that my world was going to end. And I wound up running back into those very same people thanks to social media. However, we didn't become friends, but we are Facebook friends. And so you could run back into friends. If it's meant to be, it will be, right? My son went to, he was 3 years old with one of his friends, and they were in school together. We had them in a private Christian school. They met in middle school. They're in high school getting ready to graduate. This is their senior year, and they are friends. And they remembered each other from when they were 3 years old. So it is definitely possible that if friendship is meant to be, it will be. But for my 10-year-old self who took friendship very seriously and was brokenhearted by the loss of the friendship for whatever reason, if it's meant to be, it's going to come back around.
I like that answer. That was clean, crisp, and to the point. C, talk to us.
I would just tell my younger self to be confident in your abilities. I would tell my younger self that the sky is the limit.
Tiff?
So I like to think of the future, and I would say prepare to adapt, because when we were 10 years old, we didn't have social media. We didn't have any of that, and now look, it like runs everything. Now we're getting into virtual reality with, the meta or whatever, you know? So think of the future and be prepared to just adapt. Because if I would have known then what I know now, I would have got ahead of the game. But just be really cognitive that things are always changing and you have to adapt and pivot.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What age group are we in here?
I'll be 40 in August.
I just made 35, celebrating my 35th birthday.
I was going to say that, but I was going to chime in, but I wasn't going to ask no ladies their age, so I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm okay with telling my age. I will be 43 in October.
Okay, and I'll be 43 in November. The reason why I asked that question is because it seems like, you know, I never had friends, I had sisters. And normally, so I didn't care about friends. Friends was never nothing to me. I didn't care. You know, I don't care about friends now. But I care about relationships. That's the difference between myself and friends. I care about associations. I care about who I associate with myself with. I asked that question because when he said 10 years of age, I wanted to know how far back we were going and what was going on at that time.
Y'all in the same age group. All of y'all will be ready for AARP in a minute. Y'all in the same age group, so don't kick it. Don't trip. Okay, let me ask you ladies this, and I'm gonna go to the young lady that's the nominee for the Supreme Court Justice.
Okay, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Brown Jackson. So y'all can relate. You Miss D.
Because we over 40.
Over 40. So let me ask you ladies this. I believe she's gonna do an excellent job. They grilled her too hard in my book. You asking questions that don't have nothing to do with, you know, running a government office. So what do you ladies partake on that?
Anytime you have anything to do with anything with government is their business.
Okay.
Either you're gonna choose to do either you're gonna choose to be out there. What have I told you? I say this all the time. You put yourself out there, be prepared for everything from when you was 10 years old, all the way until now. And what they're thinking you're going to be later in the future. So when you do put yourself out there, especially to that caliber of what she's doing, I think she handled it well. And I don't think they grilled her wrong. I think they did their job. Everyone is assigned to do a job, and I think the job was completed. And I think she did a good job. That's what I think.
I will say
You need some water?
No, I'm okay. The black woman is always discredited anyway. So that's the thing. We are not looked at as if we can do a job that black men, white men, or even white women can do, if we're going to be completely honest. The questions that they asked her were to make her uncomfortable, to discredit her, to make her feel some type of way. And I'm pretty sure she did, but she kept her composure better than Will Smith did at the Oscars. Okay? And so I think that she's going to do a great job. I saw so many, even with our own black people, not giving her the credit because she's married. She's married to a white man, okay? And so me, being the black woman that I am and married to a white man, I already know how she feels in those shoes, and there is nothing in me that would make me feel any different about myself or my people. Because the one thing about it is, I don't know how long she's been married to her husband, but I've been with my husband for 10 years, but I've been black for 43 years. And that outweighs me being with my white husband any day of the week and everything that I have had to go through as a black woman, and also see my black brothers and my black sisters go through. So hats off to Ketanji Brown Jackson, because I am ready to see a black female on the Supreme Court, because y'all know female is the future,
and
present
you know,
and past.
I know y'all gonna probably get me, but I feel, and I know I'm a very successful person, but I like to be behind the scenes. I think that, and I'm not trying to go back to tradition, but I believe that there is certain things that we women need to allow men to come in and do their part. That's the thing. We have a lot of women with cancer, breast cancer, aneurysms, all this, you know. Don't try to prove yourself to these people. That's how I feel. We don't have to prove ourselves to somebody just because. I went through that before. I had to prove myself to an alderman because he was white, I was black, I'm a woman, he's not. And I said, Lord, I knew I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did it anyway, just to prove myself to this person. We need to understand that let the men, and I'm for women all day long, because I am a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a black woman. But when you have been through hell to get to where you are, it's okay to allow these men to do their freaking job. Like, you take that. You stand up there and you take it. I don't have to stand before this person, or I don't have to run for this or run for that or run for this just because I want to be the first black woman to do this. I don't need that history. Let the men do it. And guess what? I'm going to pray I live long. Let them go ahead and pass out.
Tiff, what's your partake on this?
I'm just going to say one thing. I just say, if it makes you happy and that's what you want to do, then do it. If you're doing it because you're trying to prove a point, then yes, you may be wasting your time. It should be because that is something you're passionate about. But I am very excited, though. I think that's what I agree 100% with what you were saying. And I think that it is because this is something that she wants to do. I don't think she's trying to prove a point. So I just say, if it makes you happy, do it.
Okay, so since you said that, how do you feel about the pay gap between women and men?
Well, that ain't right. That ain't never right. And I feel like
we strong, so I want you to define.
We definitely have had to struggle to get some kind of equal pay, and that's not right, because if we're doing the same job, why would we not get the same pay? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, this is 2022.
I'm just trying to figure out, why would women get lesser pay than men anyway, especially if we're doing the same job. Period. I mean, it's already been said that we are already 5 years ahead of men, so that makes us smarter.
That's why. But that's why.
Say that again. The ladies are 5 years ahead of men?
Yes.
Meaning age-wise or what?
No,
mentally.
Okay.
So why we should actually
y'all ain't got to fight. I'm just saying, okay.
That's the thing. It's like they're going to make, and I'm because I understand, but it's like they want to allow us to. They don't want to be ahead. They don't want us to get ahead. So that's the issue. Why would they pay us the same amount of pay when we can do the same job? I can get him this, or that person can get that, and they already know that we're not going to get the same pay. That's the problem. If we get the same pay, we really going to be empowered.
And that was what I was going to say. I think it's more of an empower thing. I think that too. It can cause some disturbance. This actually goes way back to our first discussion when we first got on here about a woman making more money than a man. So when women start to get the same pay as men, there's going to be some type of disruption in the household, because there are not many men who can deal with my ex, who can deal with you making more money than them or bringing in more income than them. So I think that's one of the things. They're trying to keep that playing level uneven for a reason.
Okay.
I think we're evolving, though. Everything evolves, right? But we're still stuck. But we're not back in 19, whatever it was, where women were expected to stay home while the men worked. I feel like, and it's up to us, though. It's up to us to keep it going and for our next generation and teach them. And I think we will evolve into some kind of equal pay eventually, as long as us women.
But every time we evolve, every time we evolve, the game has changed. Yep. And that's the main thing that I don't think we really see. Like, yes, okay, so at one point, women were at home and they were cooking and cleaning and they couldn't get a job, right?
That was in the 50s.
They were not supposed to work.
That's the beginning.
Yeah,
This
that
is
was
the
in the
beginning,
50s.
right? But that was the beginning. Yeah. And then women were able to work, and now we're able to work, but we can't get paid as much, right? So now that's something else to fight about. And then when we start getting paid as much, then there's going to be something else to fight about, because the game always changes, and we don't create the game. Right. And the person who creates the game creates the rules.
Yep.
But we're starting to create our own rules, because now there's so many women entrepreneurs, because they won't pay us the equal pay, so we're going to go get it ourselves and create our own business.
I said female is the future.
But that's what I'm saying.
But what they're gonna do is change the criteria. Every time, and I'm just going according to what Denise says, it's always something. It's like every time we get ahead, they find a way to either keep us there, pull us back, so we have to find a way to go around. And I have a daughter that looks at me and looks up at me, and she's so strong-willed, I have to tell her, like, calm down. It's okay for this person to do this for you, and I apologize to her sometimes. Like, I apologize, I did that to you. Dang, I must was going at it, when we was growing up, and oh, yeah, you did. So, because I've been through that, I now it's time for me to sit back and cross my legs. For me to relax.
Okay, we have a live question from Michelle Harris. She wants to know, is there more men that's entrepreneurs, or is it more women, or is it equal?
Oh, more women.
Yeah,
In what way?
I believe my brother and I just had this conversation. Shout out to my twin brother, Darnell. But we just had this conversation earlier today, and there are definitely more women who are entrepreneurs than men, I would say. Women are more willing to take the risk. And the thing is, James Brown said that the world will be nothing without a woman. So, there are women who've been, look at Barack Obama. Would there be a Barack without a Michelle?
Her name is Shell. You got to say, like, Shell. You can't say Michelle.
Okay,
Shell.
well, Shell. So at the end of the day, yes, I think that women, we make things shake. That's what we do, and that's why it's easy for us to say, let's be an entrepreneur. That's it.
That was tough. I like that. That was tough, because guess what? She stood behind them 10 toes down.
10 toes down, yeah.
Only thing she asked me to do was stop smoking them squares. So
has he done that, though?
I don't know if he stopped, but, he out the White House now.
I say the same to my husband. I'm tired of it.
Okay, cool. So we're going to wrap up right here. So, ladies, and each one of you ladies, this is what I want. I want to pull something out of you. Tell me what, and we was talking about speak the vision, make it plain. We didn't talk about vision boards. I don't want to go that route. But speak something and put it out there that you want to accomplish this year. And let's watch it come into what they say, fruition. Yeah. My F was off, but yeah. You can start.
As I say, I almost about to start in the speaking in tongues, because I will not speak what I'm going to have coming into my vision, especially not to this world. The world is cruel, but I will say that God has me.
I love that answer.
Okay, well, I'll talk about some of my goals that I have. I'm working on this flip right now, my first family flip. And speaking of that, when you get started doing something, a lot of people might second guess. They don't really see your vision.
You can't tell nobody. You can't tell them.
But once they see the results, they like, oh, yeah. So my family, it went like that. Now my family is completely on board, and now we're doing it together, so I'm really excited about that. So I anticipate us completing our first family flip this year. I look forward to purchasing my first commercial property. For my birthday, I always give myself the gift of real estate. So coming up is going to be commercial property now. So I need 5 units or more. I got my eye on this 10 unit. I ain't going to tell y'all the address because y'all might try to get it. And outside of that, I'm really focusing on my personal life. So I've focused so much on business that I allow myself to kind of just not even pay attention to the personal life. So now in these next few years, I really want to devote more time and attention to my personal life. I feel like the business is going to continue to flourish, but now I'm ready for like babies and marriage. I'm trying to get where y'all at. See, I'm a wife without the ring right now, so I'm trying to get where y'all at.
I got a jeweler for him, so I know where to send him.
My focus is on my brands. I mean, outside of my focus is always on family. That's number one. That's number two. First is my focus is on God. I have to keep God first. So, and then my family and my business comes after that. And so it's just really just getting Courgine hair out there to everybody. And that's why I'm doing a lot of traveling to get the brand noticed. So that's my main focus, is just getting the brand noticed. And the next thing is to actually, which I'm very proud of, is to sell a piece of property to one of my long-term tenants, is the other thing that I'm doing. And so I've been working with them on getting their credit together so that they can actually buy. Because for me, I'm not a landlord who just wants to take money, but I would like to have tenants put in a position to where they also are owners too. So that's one of the great things that is happening this year.
Cool. So you're not one of them landlords that want 2022 prices in a 1993 apartment, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Tiff, go on and finish this.
So my biggest goal this year, we just moved into the new building in October for the auto repair shop, which is on 159th and Anaco in Homer Glen, guys. Reach out. But,
keep plugging.
you know, my husband has been hands-on. Obviously, he's the lead mechanic for over 15 years now. And now that we have a beautiful space, we have a couple guys working, but I want to get it to where it kind of runs itself in a way to where my husband can stop being under a car every day. Because if you guys seen me, I'm always out traveling, having fun. I'm going to California, doing this, that, and he's at work every single day. And I want him to be with me. He's worked so hard. So while he's doing that, I'm trying to handle the business side and get more people in that we trust, and do it to where now that me and my husband can go and enjoy ourselves, and he doesn't have to be there every single day.
I just want to say one last thing to anyone that's listening. Protect your brand, protect your purpose, and protect your peace. That's one of the main things I want everyone to know, is that protection is everything. And the only how you're able to do that is through the word.
I like
Amen.
that. I like that. So don't just have phone insurance, have life insurance. Don't do, y'all, listen, I ain't gonna go there, but.
Can you say that a little louder for the people in the back?
We're gonna leave that for the next show. We're gonna leave that one for the next show. But this is Aired Out Chicago, Scotland, Bridging the Gap. We wanna thank you guys for tuning in today, and we will see you next week. Again, today is the last day for Women's International History Month. We have 4 lovely ladies up here, all bosses in their own right, and this is what they do. No hating, no slandering. Listen, they gonna get money together or standing on the platform by themselves, but guess what? They all friends. So my name is Christopher Scott. Enjoy your night.